Act 36. What does the blooming of crabapples indicate? Time: the winter of the 17th year of the Red Mansion. Location: the Grand View Garden, study room, Granny Jia's main room. Character: Jia Baoyu, Shiren, Qiuwen, Shiwe Lindayu, Shiweyan, Jia Tanchun, Jia Shichuan, Shishongyun, Li Wan, Aunt Shui, Lady Xing, Lady Wang, Wang Shifeng, Ping Er, Jia Huan, and several others. Character profile card. Name: Shiwe. Gender: female. Identity: one of the 4 main maidservants in Jia Baoyu's room. Personality: obedient and understanding. Coming out of the Xiaoxiang Pavilion, Baoyu walked while asking Qiuwen, "Do you know what the master wants me to do?" Qiuwen smiled and said, "Master did not call. It was Sister Shiren who asked me to invite second master. I was afraid you wouldn't come out, so I said it like that." Baoyu's suspended heart finally relaxed, and he helplessly said, "Just say what you have to say. Why do you have to scare me like this?" Just as he returned to the pavilion of bright scenery, Shiren came to greet him, asking Baoyu, "Where have you been for so long?" Baoyu said, "Over at Lin's place, when talking about Sister Bao's situation. We sat down for a while." Shiren asked again, "What are you all talking about?" Baoyu then taught Shiren all the Buddhist scriptures that he and Dayu had recited together. Shiren said, "You two are really something. It's bad enough that you say strange things. Now you're reciting Buddhist scriptures too. You're not monks. If you two start arguing over Zen, you'll end up dragging us into it as well." Baoyu said, "In the past, I was young. She was childish, and if I said something thoughtless, she would get angry. Now I am more careful with my words. She doesn't pay as much attention, so naturally she doesn't get angry anymore. It's just that recently she hasn't been feeling well and can't come over often. I also have to go to school, so we don't have many chances to be together and talk. When we finally do get together, it seems like we've become more distant." Shiren chuckled and said, "It should be like this. We are all grown up now. How can we still be like when we were kids?" Baoyu nodded and said, "I know that too." Leaving that aside, did the old lady send someone to say something? Tomorrow is the first day of November, and every year at this time we have the Banish the Cold Festival, where everyone is called together to drink and have a good time. I already asked for leave from school today, but now, at this time, I still haven't received any news. Should I still go to school tomorrow?" Shiren advised, "You should still go to school. Don't just work hard on your studies and then think about resting. Yesterday, I heard Madam say that Brother Lon is studying hard, coming back from school and still studying and writing articles by himself, staying up until 4 in the morning every day. You are several years older than him and also his uncle. If you can't even compare to your own nephew and always make Madam angry, it would be better to wake up early tomorrow and go to school." Shiwa approached and said, "The weather is so cold, and you are already on vacation. Why go to school? If the old lady forgets, we can have our own warming up party." Shiren looked at Shiwa with a bit of annoyance and said, "It's all because of you that Yi is even less willing to go to school now." Shiwa pouted and said, "I can't compare to your reputation, and you even have 2 more taels of silver than me every month. Besides, I am also doing it for your own good. Second young master is going to school, and you should be thinking and worrying about him. You can't wait for second young master to come back soon, so what kind of pretending is this now?" Shiren was very angry and was about to scold Shiwa when the old lady sent someone over to tell Baoyu that he didn't have to go to school tomorrow and should attend the Winter Solstice Festival instead. Baoyu was delighted and couldn't wait for tomorrow to arrive sooner. The next morning, Bao Yu went to see Grandmother Jia early in the morning and then told his father about the matter of Grandmother Jia organizing the evicting cold meeting. Since it was Grandmother Jia's idea, Jia Zheng naturally did not say anything. After leaving the study room, Bao Yu quickly ran back to where Granny Jia was. Before long, Li Wan, Tan Chun, Shi Chun, Xiang Yun, and Dai Yu all arrived one after another. Only Aunt Shui had not arrived yet. Granny Jia had someone go and fetch her, and in no time, Aunt Shui arrived with Bao Qin, but Bao Yu was not seen. Bao Yu felt very strange and asked, "Why hasn't Sister Bao come?" Aunt Shui also couldn't confirm the engagement. She just used the excuse that Bao Chai was not feeling well and didn't come. Although Bao Yu was a bit puzzled, he didn't think too much about it, and when he saw Dai Yu coming, he dismissed everything else from his mind. Shortly after, Mrs. Xing and Mrs. Wang also arrived. Since Sister Feng was running a fever, she did not come and only had Pinger come over to say hello. Seeing that most of the ones who should come had arrived, Granny Jia ordered the banquet to be served. Everyone sat around Granny Jia and chatted around the stove. On that day, Dai Yu was sitting on the Kong sorting through the poems and essays she had written before, when suddenly she heard a commotion coming from the garden, and she didn't know what had happened. Zijuan poured tea for Dai Yu while sending someone out to inquire. Before long, the person returned and reported, several of the crabapple trees in the area pavilion were originally withered and no one paid attention to them. Who knew that when Bao Yu went to see them yesterday, he saw what looked like a flower bud on one of the branches. Today, those trees suddenly bloomed with beautiful crabapple flowers. Everyone is clamoring to go see them. Even the old lady and the madam have come over. Now the grandmother is instructing people to clean up the withered branches and leaves in the garden. It is said that Grandma Jia is coming over, so Dai Yu quickly changed into her clothes and asked Shuyan to go and inquire. If Grandma really arrived, she should quickly come and inform her. Not long after, Shuyan ran back and told Dai Yu, "Grandma, Madam, many people have already gone, so miss, you should also go quickly." Dai Yu then tidied up in front of the mirror and went to the Yihong mansion with Zijuang. When Dai Yu arrived, Grandma Jia, Lady Xing, Lady Wang, Li Wan, Tan Chun, Shi Chun, Xing Xian, and others were all present. Aunt Shui didn't come because she was sick, while Shi Shangyun had gone home with her uncle. As for Bao Chai, since she is now engaged, it is naturally understood that she won't be coming. Everyone laughed and talked together, all feeling that the blooming of the begonia flowers was especially strange. Grandmother Jia said, "Normally, these flowers should bloom in March, but now although it is November, due to the delayed solar term, it can still be considered as October. The weather is warm, so it's not surprising that they are blooming." Mrs. Wang busily said, "The old lady is well informed and makes sense." Madame Xing laughed and said, "I heard that this flower has withered for a year, but suddenly bloomed out of season. There must be a reason for it." Li Wan smiled and said, "Both the old lady and my mother are right. I feel that if there's a reason, perhaps it is because Bao Yu has good news coming and the flowers are coming to deliver the message in advance." Tan Chun did not speak, but in her heart, she started to worry faintly. This might not necessarily be a good sign. However, it was not the right time to voice her concerns, in case it dampened the mood. At this time, Jia Shi, Jia Zheng, Jia Huan, Jia Lan, and others all arrived. Jia Shi said, "In my opinion, just directly chop down this tree. It must be the work of a flower demon." Jia Zheng shook his head and said, "As the saying goes, when you see something strange, don't be surprised, as the strangeness will ultimately lead to defeat. Just let it be." Grandmother Jia was not happy after hearing these words, and her face turned cold as she said, "Who is talking nonsense here? Clearly, it is an auspicious sign. Why talk about strange things? If there is something good, you all can enjoy it. If there is something bad, I will bear it alone. Jia Shi and Jia Zheng quickly shut their mouths and dared not say anything else. Grandmother Jia immediately ordered people to prepare a banquet and allowed everyone to eat and enjoy the flowers. In order to please Grandmother Jia, everyone naturally said a lot of auspicious words, making Grandmother Jia very happy. Everyone was having a good time, but Baoyu suddenly thought of the deceased Qingwen. When Qingwen died, the crabapple tree withered. Now the crabapple tree has come back to life, but Qingwen will never come back. Thinking of this, Baoyu suddenly turned from joy to sorrow, and his heart was filled with sadness. Grandmother Jia sat for a while, then let the maidservant support her back, while Madame Wang followed behind. At this time, Pinger came up with a smile and said, "Second Madam knows that the old lady is here to appreciate the flowers. Her health is not good, so she couldn't come. She asked the servant to bring 2 red silk cloths to wrap the flowers as a gift." Sharon stepped forward and handed it to Grandmother Jia to see. Grandmother Jia happily said, "Look, Shifeng is still good at handling things, thoughtful, really elegant and fresh, very interesting." After everyone left, Pinger whispered to Sharon. Second Madam said, "The way these flowers bloomed strangely may not be a good sign. She wants you to cut a piece of red cloth and hang it on top, so that this sign will bring good fortune to happy occasions. Don't casually mention this when you go out in the future." Sharon nodded in agreement. Jia family 3rd generation. 1 generation. Ningguo Mansion. Jia Fu, Jia Jing. Among the 2 sons of Jia Daihua of Ningguo, the oldest son Jia Fu has already passed away, and the second son Jia Jing has inherited the title and the Ningguo prefecture. Ronghua House. Jia Shi, Jia Zheng. Among the 2 sons of Duke Ronghua, Jia Daishan, the eldest son, Jia Shi, inherited the title, and the second son, Jia Zheng, inherited the Ronghua mansion.